Marriage Story stars Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson and follows a married couple who's going through the divorce process, a process that turns out ugly along the way. Marriage Story is a movie I didn't know too much about, but I heard so many great things, and it was on Netflix, so I wanted to give it a watch, and a watch that proved to be a worthy time, and a time that I had so much enjoyment with. This was one of the best movies I've seen in 2019. Marriage Story is close to a perfect movie. And really, it all begins with the acting in this film. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson give the two best performances of this year. Both of them should get nominated for Best Actor and Best Actress, and they should win those awards at the 2020 Oscars. I'm sorry, Joaquin Phoenix, you were good in Joker, but I think Adam Driver is slightly better than you this year in 2019 in the film Marriage Story. And Scarlett Johansson, I don't see why she should not win Best Actress this year. There are a couple of other actresses that were good in 2019. I know she probably won't win, but I think she should because she was excellent in this film. She gives her best performance as well as Adam Driver, in my opinion. A lot of times when you have family dramas and movies that surround a certain person in a dramatic fashion, they tend to be very realistic. Manchester by the Sea is a film that I can compare to Marriage Story. Had some of the best dialogue of that year, and Marriage Story is the same exact way. The dialogue in this film is so good, it is pinpoint perfect. You can't get much better dialogue than this, and it's about as realistic as can be. This is a film about a divorce, so you can expect to see our two leads go at each other here and there during the film, and during these scenes, I have no idea how they thought so in depth about this dialogue to make it the way it is in the movie. When these two characters are arguing, my God, this is some of the best argument dialogue I've ever heard. One of the other best aspects of Marriage Story is how much I resonate with these characters. I see exactly where they're coming from, and there was never a time where I said to myself, oh, you're not in the right there. They bring up good points, and you can get behind every single character in this movie. And I love how old-fashioned this movie feels. To me, it feels like this movie was made in the 1990s, but takes place in present-day 2019. How certain things are directed in this movie, you just don't see in 2019. The credits even, they are so 90s. You don't see credits like that anymore. So I really did like that aspect of the film very much. But what really gravitated me towards this film were some of the scenes. A few of them steal the show. They are some of the best of the entire year. And they're led, of course, by Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson doing everything they can to make the scene as good as it could possibly be. You wouldn't think acting as an observer to a husband and wife who are arguing so much during this movie in certain scenes that would be where this movie really gets you. But because of how good these performances are, you never know where the movie's going to go next. Some scenes, husband and wife, they're on good terms. Other scenes, it gets really ugly. So in a way, this movie is very unpredictable, especially in those scenes. I did maybe have only one or two flaws with the movie. A couple of times during the film, there are certain character moments that just don't make any sense. After an argument happens and breaks out, a character does something that doesn't seem like it would work in that moment because of how angry they were in the scene before that. That's just me. It seemed out of character a couple of times for what a character did in some scenes after an argument broke out. Also, it's not the most rewatchable movie. Sort of like Manchester by the Sea, this is one of those films that can make you feel depressed and can take a toll on your body because of how downtrodden the movie tends to feel. But it remains very well directed, has some of the best dialogue of 2019, and includes two of the best performances of the year as well, in my opinion, which is why Marriage Story is one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm giving Marriage Story a 92%. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend this movie. It is one of the most realistic I have ever seen, and Scarlett Johansson, Adam Driver, their combination on the screen is excellent. When I say this movie takes a toll on your body, it does, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying don't rewatch this movie. Definitely do rewatch it over time, but I would not recommend you see it so many times over and over again because it is one of those very deep films that goes into a topic that many people don't like to talk about too much. And I can't even really explain to you how much this movie affected me on a personal level as well as an emotional level. There are certain things that take place in this movie that I've seen in my life, which is why I loved it so much. But anyway, have you guys seen Marriage Story? If you have, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.